This video is about a couple of things I just learned about product managers, and I learned this from Diana. Diana is a woman who worked in my company around 2 years ago, and now she got hired by a company and she works as a product manager for that company with around 36 engineers. We talk about the struggles of product managers and what challenges they face. My name is Till Carlos, and today we're going to talk about the things I learned about product managers. And these are my call notes here, which I'm going to use to read off of. Diana told me that if you want to build any kind of product around technical help for product managers, you should focus on the ideal customer profile. And what is this in the terms of product managers? She said there are mostly two groups here. One group are product managers that just came to be a product manager, someone who just wants to build their own product or come into some kind of corporate innovation program where they have to now lead a project. This group works with a total different set of resources than the other group. The other group are people who are more in a corporate environment, bigger companies, and they have a lot of developers already on staff. And Diana asked me, what is the group I want to serve?
Yeah, exactly. So probably they are software developers themselves and they want to lead a project, they want to create a project on their own, or in some way they have a technical background, but not specifically software development. Maybe it's marketing. Yeah. Then they start dealing with building their own things, and they might have a very good strategy and they might have the first sales, but then they're a little stuck of how to move on.
My answer was I wanted to serve the first group, people who are just about to become a product manager, because in my history, these are the people I have served with my previous agencies, and I also want to serve them with any kind of content I'm making here on this YouTube channel. The second thing I learned is that product managers are very much in demand right now, especially the good ones. It even goes to a point where people go into buddy leasing programs where someone would rent out their resource in one company and give them out to other companies who are more in need of a good product manager.
Product manager is in high demand for sure. That's what I see. I know companies, very successful companies that have product managers in-house that are offered to big software companies as interims. So they work on specific projects, but not as employees of these software development companies. And I think that's a good point, because a product manager, it's good that a product manager comes from outside and takes a fresh look at the company. And of course, we get a little blindfolded when we always deal with the same software solution. Yes, there's a bit of what I feel that the role of the product manager is not quite fixed. So different teams really need different soft and hard skills from people that they want to hire as product managers.
And then we talked about a couple of things that every product manager needs to know. And she said some of them actually don't. So for example, how to get specs ready. Let's say if someone works with an outsourcing company, they might not deliver the right thing and then blame the lack of requirements. She said Google Docs can be even enough for that kind of thing.
Yes, from the product management perspectives, very often people would need some guidance in drawing the product requirements, in getting those specifications ready, because it would be very often that an outsourcing company would try to blame the lack of documentation or lack of clear requirements if they deliver something wrong or misdeliver something. Often people think that the tool set that they're using or that resources that they're using is key to actually deliver clear requirement sets. But at the same time, it's not always the case. And requirements can be written in a Google Doc, and they could be brilliant. Or we could use, I don't know, Jira, Miro, Figma, everything, and still have a result that is not satisfying. Getting to that point and understanding, like, is the requirements written correctly? Is this company going to understand? I mean, the outsourcing development company, are they going to be able to work with this? Is this decomposed enough? Is this clear enough? Do we have an architecture structure? Do we know how this is going to work? What do we know about the databases? Is the database going to grow over what's our expectations on the traffic load, on the customer acquisition? Like, they could build a database that could be outdated in 1 year and it would not scale. So it's all these type of things. And this is also when product managers are definitely useful, because they can, if they have enough technical knowledge, They can actually go through all the requirements and rewrite them for technical people. So that's what I think is the most important. With brilliant requirements, with brilliant acceptance criteria, I think that it's easy to do. So the developer should always know. And I think you could double my thought there. A lot of times we have nice requirements, but we don't know what's the acceptance criteria. So we deliver something, but no, this is not something we expected.
And then Diana told me that business owners actually struggle the most, because let's say someone is running a business or has successfully exited a business already. They might now be in a position where they hire a product manager and want this person to succeed, to actually bring the project to life, and then they don't. And so the business owner is then struggling to actually get the right KPIs and to actually coach that product manager to deliver the quality. And they struggle because they don't actually know how to help. They might want to go into the project themselves to fix, and that's of course where all the problems start.
It's good to start small, because then you're entering from one door, but you can eventually see a lot of other ones. And what I would do, for example, in this case, I would maybe create a checklist for such business owners of what they should pay attention to, what they should validate, what they should ask the outsourcing company before they hire them. Also based on your experience, like everything that you just listed, with all the documentation and all the I don't know, any previous customer feedback would be helpful. So you know best what exactly a person should ask of a software development company, just to validate if they're legit. Do they, are they going to deliver? What are the guarantees? Things like that. Are they asking me the right questions so that we're mitigating things to appear, in the end? I've seen software development companies that would go full in onto the task, and then eventually they would under-deliver because they don't have enough understanding of what they should do. And they're not asking questions early enough in the first stage. They just want to start building something and showing that they're doing progress. So all these type of things. And if you have a checklist, you can collect leads.
And then Diana told me, how about you start with a checklist? And this really inspired me, because I could make a lead magnet, but it actually goes much further what she thought. She thought about like a whole curriculum that I could just make in order to help people, in order to create content from that. This is Diana's LinkedIn if you want to reach out to her. Thank you so much, Diana, for your help today. And I hope to be putting together a lead magnet at one point. If you're seeing my blog now, you can probably get it right away. It will be here on this page on the bottom.